welcome to Alongside Lauren. I'm Lauren and I'm so glad that we get to spend a little bit of time this Sunday hanging out in my kitchen while I get a few bits and pieces prepared to make the coming week just that little bit easier for me. We have been cooking up a storm this afternoon and it's really hot in our kitchen because we've had the oven going. I don't know what it is with the weather at the moment, but it is super duper humid. It's really hot. But it's absolutely fine because the kitchen smells spectacular. We have just taken a fresh loaf of sourdough bread out of the oven, which is going to be perfect for our breakfasts for this week. And I have also created a gingerbread spiced pear bread to use up some mushy pears that I had from my parents who have taken some time to go away. And so I cleaned out the contents of the fridge so they don't come back home to something slightly terrifying.
So yeah, there's lots of interesting things that you've been up to today.
Yeah, so I cannot
Nice.
overstate how amazing the pear bread smelled coming out of the oven. And I just turned it out on the rack to cool, and I'm a little bit too scared to turn it over until it's properly cool. The sourdough bread that we have here, I was really lazy with prepping, so the hydration was a little bit high, but it has got some rolled oats in there. We've also got sesame seeds, and no, we don't. That is absolutely untrue. We have got pepitas, and we have got linseeds, sunflower seeds, which is a seed starting with S that I was trying to think of, and I actually made it using, I'd cooked brown rice for our dinners for last week, and it's a weird thing that I do, but I keep the water left from when I cook brown rice because of the starches that are in there, and I use that when I make my bread, which when I say it out loud makes me sound very strange indeed, but I really don't like waste in any shape or form. So even the brown rice water gets saved around here. And so with that additional starch, I do find that it does help for a better loaf of bread. But that loaf of bread, I think, is going to be spectacular. But for dinners this week, we are going to be having a cottage pie. Now, for those of you who are wondering the difference between cottage pie and shepherd's pie, the difference is the fact that if it's shepherd's pie, it's using lamb. Cottage pie is not.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Ah.
So that's the only difference between the two.
That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Ah. So far, what have you got there?
So far, I popped in the slow cooker this afternoon. It probably would have cooked for about, I don't know, maybe 4 hours all up on high.
Yep.
We've got beef mince with onion, garlic, some stock as well. I actually also had, this is just like, what random stuff
Just
did
whatever
Lauren
you
put in
found.
there? Heath and I had a really fancy salad last night with some confit duck that we had bought on sale. And so I had retained the sort of jellied stock from the bottom of the confit duck. So there's some duck stock in here.
Very fancy.
Which makes it sound very fancy.
It really does.
But it's mostly just because it was like all flavour and there was no way that I was throwing that out. With some red wine. I also found some coleslaw mix at Mum and Dad's that I didn't know what else to do with, so I chucked some coleslaw mix in there.
Okay. Cool.
And we've got carrot, celery,
Cool.
onions, mushrooms, zucchini, bay leaves, thyme. I can't remember if I said tomato paste, a little bit of flour, and it's just sort of cooked away. And I've got it sitting in the dish ready to go because I do find that when it's a little bit cooler, it's easier to top. And I've got cooking away in the oven. I decided rather than doing a sort of traditional mash, that it would be more interesting to do kind of like a roast veg topping. I have no idea if this is going to work. But that's okay. So I've got a mix of pumpkin and potatoes sort of pre-cooking in the oven at the moment. When I look at that compared to the size of the dish that I have,
Yeah.
I think I may have,
We've got some logistical problems
but
to
you know,
address.
nothing that I haven't faced before.
Based on how high brimmed this is right now,
It will be fine. It will be fine.
that is looking
So
pretty full.
I've also
Hey, does any cheese go on the top of a cottage pie, or is that
cottage and
not?
shepherd's pie. You normally would do cheese, so I
would do
thought
a
like
bit of
I would
cheese.
do what I also rescued from Mum and Dad's is so we wouldn't normally buy grated cheese, but they've got a
You
shredded
found some
mozzarella,
nice.
Colby, and parmesan, which I thought
Very
would be
good.
really fun.
Very good.
So that means that the veggies have been in for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I just
so
heard a timer, so
I'll get that in now.
very good.
Before I pull the veggies out, what I've got, so the other thing that I found at Mum and Dad's,
You've been busy
Was-
today,
I know.
and you've got lots going on.
I do. I've been busy. I've been
very
busy
intense.
rescuing produce from my parents.
Yes.
Some really sad grapes.
Right.
So I'm going to attempt to rescue these
Okay.
by roasting them.
Huh.
So we normally would do roasted grapes with a cheese platter. We're not planning to do a cheese platter anytime soon. So I just thought we'd have roasted grapes that will pop in the fridge. We'll probably have them with porridge a bit later in the week.
So they're wrinkly, but
These
they're
are-
also really long.
Yeah, so these are, I can't remember what type of grape they are, but they're a specific grapes that they are quite long. They look really weird,
Yeah, that is very strange.
but very cool.
They're like little fingers.
Yeah. That doesn't make it sound weirder.
Okay, so what's the plan
to
there?
roast them, because it's going to be a bit desserty, so I didn't want to use olive oil because I thought that just seemed a bit too savoury. So I've got some butter in a dish,
Okay.
and I'm going to pop this in the oven to
To melt it.
To melt it.
Right.
Oof. I'm just going to check to see how this veg is cooking.
Well, it looks like it's going pretty well. How's the prod test?
Look, it's actually not too bad.
Nice.
And it will cook more when it's on there, but I just...
So this is going to get like blitzed in order to
Well,
be a cottage
no.
pie top, or are
So
you going to?
what
Ah.
I was sort of planning to do, and so I will just cook it for a little bit longer, is
Yep.
kind of just like smush it a bit
Yeah.
as is, and then just plonk it on top,
Yeah. Nice.
rather than doing like a full mash.
Yep. Yeah. Cool. I like it. It's a fun
You
idea.
know, just why not do something different?
Mix it up. Mix
Why
it
not
up.
roast an unnecessary amount of vegetables?
Now,
for a
very,
shepherd's pie?
very important question. What would you like to drink?
Well, I got given for my birthday a really nice Chardonnay, and
Excellent
we opened
choice,
it
madam.
last night.
Yes. Yes. We got a fancy Chardonnay for. Oh, it was a while ago now, but
for my
it has been
birthday.
sitting in the fridge waiting for a special occasion.
Yes,
And last
the
night.
special occasion was last night.
Confit
the special
duck.
occasion was confit duck.
Yes. Yes. So let's get those happening. So you've got the grapes, you've got the butter going in, you've got some cinnamon and some honey here by the looks.
Yes. So, like,
Yep.
I'm really have no idea. So, you could probably just finish the sentence there. I've really got no idea if this is going to work.
Just a full wing it moment.
But I have done like a savoury roast, or not savoury, but like a roasted grape that we would normally do with a cheese platter. And I would use like a little bit of vinegar. Actually, I think technically previously I've used like pickle juice.
Pickle juice.
The more I think about this, it's just like weird
Lauren
things
finds a thing
that I use
that she set aside.
because I really don't like waste.
Yeah, they are a bit wrinkly.
Yeah, which is why I thought, oh,
Cheers.
cheers. Oh, that's quite a full glass.
Well, we had to finish it. That's very important. That is a very,
really
very
nice.
nice wine. Yep. We're just going to drink these.
Yeah, I love that. And then you guys just
just
sort yourselves out.
yeah.
I love that we just almost had like, just have a minute silence
Mm-hmm.
to think about how much we enjoy this wine.
Yeah, so it's a little bit later today. We're having a slightly later day. You had a handful
Yeah.
of exciting things that you wanted to do today. So
I did.
in terms of food prep,
I did.
and we've got a clear night tonight. So tonight we don't have anyone coming over. We haven't got Bible study. We haven't got anything going on. So we thought, yeah, let's take it to the next level.
Yeah. So we've got the butter has melted in my Pyrex dish,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna add in. Well, I'll add in the grapes. Do, do, do. And I'll add in about a couple of teaspoons of honey.
Yep. Beautiful. And a good shake of cinnamon.
Yeah. It's really important that you miss the container the first time that you do it too.
Oh yeah, put all the
yeah.
cinnamon on the
Put all
side of the
cinnamon
on the
side of
bench.
the dish, yeah.
On the bench.
That's
yeah.
really key.
Step
to
one.
Success. Step one.
Pour a bit of cinnamon
Completely
out.
miss the container.
It brings good luck.
Should I? I've got some other grapes. Should I add like?
Are they also wrinkly? Because if they're not, then no.
No,
I
they're not
don't know if
super
you need
wrinkly.
to. I've been really enjoying. We've had grapes a little bit lately, and it's been a
Yes,
really
it's been
nice,
really nice.
sort of thing. It's been quite warm, and if they've been refrigerated and they've got a bit of good crunch,
Yeah.
they've been
So
really
I'm gonna
nice.
pop those in for like 10 minutes, and we'll just see.
All right. So is this how you make sultanas? Do you
I
oven
think
roast
that-
them, or
I
do they
don't-
get dried?
I think they get dried.
Like a dehydrator or something?
Yeah.
Mm. Cool. Okay. So time
on
to get
these?
stacking.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
What I'm going to do. First
Look,
of all.
just go for it. Just start stacking it up. Oh, but get it on. That's a good idea. So if they do spill, they're going to spill on the tray. I like it.
Yeah, and
Is this
also,
still? This
it
isn't
shouldn't
hot
be
because
too
it hasn't
bad.
gone in the oven
No.
yet. So this got slow cooked, didn't it? This
Yes,
was
it
in your
did.
slow
It
cooker all
did.
day.
Well, just for the afternoon.
Well, for the
but
afternoon, yeah. And then decanted into this Pyrex dish.
Yeah, so I've just roasted them with olive oil, salt, and some thyme.
Mm. So when you go to serve this, or when we go to serve this to ourselves throughout the week, how long do you think it'll take us to have to prepare
Look, I reckon
prepare our dinner?
like we'll have dinner. We'll be ready to eat dinner within like by the time I sort of sort of served it up and then microwaved it. It'll in our microwave. It'll probably take us about 3.5 minutes each one. So we'll have like dinner ready to eat
Within 7 minutes.
Within 7 minutes.
Which is pretty awesome.
It's very awesome.
It's faster than like a microwave meal because it's not coming from frozen because it's fresh food.
Yeah.
So that's why we do this. It's to really cut down that time through the week because our week is it can get very busy.
Yeah, I mean everyone's can.
Of
but
course, yeah. But yep, that is looking absolutely awesome. Delicious.
So I reckon I'll put it back in the oven
Oh yeah.
for like sort of 20 minutes.
Before
and
you put
then-
any of the cheese on it?
Yeah, and then I'll put the cheese on.
Got it. I think this is a really interesting way of doing it. And you kind of get away with the height because they're
Because
they're almost like bricks.
Yeah.
So they
Because it's not like it's sort of
support
self-leveling.
themselves. Yeah.
And it's like not an additional layer of liquid, like if it was a mash.
Will it also mean like crispier bits on the potato
That's
and
kind
pumpkin?
of
Do you
what I'm
think?
hoping. I'm hoping that it's just going to add. I mean,
Nice.
mash is really mash. I love mash.
Yep.
Mash
Yeah.
totally has its place,
Yep.
but I'm hoping that this will just add, like, I guess, a depth
Yeah.
of flavour, a bit of caramelisation, and it's
like
just a
it.
bit more interesting.
Did you use normal olive oil or any sort of
I use normal
flavoured
olive
ones?
oil, but you could
Okay.
use like a garlic infused or a flavoured one
Right.
as well. But there is like I put quite a bit of
I can see what looks like some herbs and stuff.
I put extra thyme in there, so
Yeah.
there's thyme in the mash, but I also not in the mash, in the mix, like the shepherd's pie meat mix. But I also put thyme in the veg. So I was worried that the pumpkin itself wasn't going to be enough, so I added in 2 potatoes. Probably didn't need to add in the potatoes.
Righto. So that's going to go into the oven now.
Yeah, I'm going to put on a timer for the grapes
Okay.
because I forgot to do it before.
Well, it is looking top notch.
The grapes are actually smelling really good.
All right. Tricky?
Well, I don't actually need the tea towel right
No,
now.
you don't need the tea towel yet. All right. That looks pretty awesome. And I love the colour.
Just while the grapes cook a little bit. So to go with the shepherd's pie, because I know Heath was worried that there was not enough vegetables in that dish.
In that enormous pile of food, we're
Yeah.
going to add more food? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Great.
yeah.
Great. Okay.
Just because I can't help myself. So I've just got a head of broccoli, so I'll just get the broccoli. Ooh, I'll hiccup.
Yep.
Get the broccoli prepped. And
Righto.
so we'll get the broccoli microwaved. I was probably
Yep.
going to do it with some extra beans.
Okay. But will you do the beans on the nights or?
Oh, it's hard because I love like only just cooked beans. I think they're really lovely.
Yep, really fresh, crispy, crunchy.
Oh, actually, one of our favourite dishes. Oh, I should make it for you. So Heath is going to be travelling as well. But I bought some anchovies just for a few dishes that I was wanting, inspired by Nigella Lawson, who was talking about how wonderful anchovies were. And it's just not something that, I mean, it's something that it's an ingredient that we quite enjoy when it's in stuff, but it's just not an ingredient that we tend to have at home or that we cook with very often.
It's not really a go-to for us.
And so I bought anchovies and I used it last night I did like a green goddess sort of style dressing to go with our duck salad, which was really good. Also helped me use up a very large bunch of coriander that I got in my fruit and veggie delivery, and I don't like coriander. So I used it up in a really lovely green goddess dressing where I tried really hard to drown out the flavour of coriander. You still taste it. But it wasn't
it was
too
still
bad.
there, but it was fine. Yeah, it tasted really good.
But you use anchovies in a green goddess dressing, which I
Step us
hadn't
through what that is, because I've
realised.
never even
So
heard
it
of a
was.
green
I
goddess
thought it was
dressing.
like a
Sounds very
trendy
sacrilegious.
thing that came on. No, a trendy thing that sort of happened with TikTok or Instagram with health influencers, but it's a style of dressing that I think was first developed in like the 1920s or 30s. Like it's been
Okay.
around for a really long time.
Yeah.
And so it's a mix of green herbs. So you can use chives and parsley. Ours used some chives and parsley with basil and coriander. often you'll put an avocado in. Our avocados weren't ripe yet, so I didn't put them in. And then it's either sort of sour cream or I found some recipes that are mayonnaise based, others that are Greek yogurt based. So we use Greek yogurt, added in capers, anchovies, bit of garlic and lemon juice, and you just sort of whiz it all together and make yourself feel like you're incredibly healthy. But then like I put it on a fairly rich duck salad with sweet potato that I had roasted in duck fat. So I'm not entirely sure exactly how healthy it was, but it made me feel really good. And then we had the leftovers that we used on like sort of salad that we had today that was whiting fillets, which were actually really nice. Like sort of a crumbed whiting fillet.
They were beautiful, yeah.
They were really
and
good.
I think you got them at a discount as well,
did.
didn't you?
They were. It was like $11.50 down to $1.15.
Yeah, because they were nearing expiry, and I think, were they fresh ones? Or they were frozen?
They
They
were
were fresh
fresh.
ones, so you froze them,
I
yeah?
froze them.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Which is a good
perfect.
trick.
Yeah.
If you can find something that's fresh, that's about to hit the end of
Oh,
its
wow.
expiry and get a good deal. Oh, they're looking great, aren't they? They are looking just great.
So just look at that colour, like the colour, sort of the red which has come out of the grapes. Like they just look amazing and they smell spectacular. So I reckon maybe like another sort of 3 minutes and they'll be ready to go.
Yeah, that colouring's looking awesome.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
way to go.
amazing. I almost think they're maybe too good for cereal. And I might have to rethink. I was just going to have like a fairly prosaic half-price ice cream from the freezer for dessert tonight.
Oh.
But maybe fancy pants roasted grapes with custard would be a good call. So we're just going to do very exciting things like cook our broccoli and add the cheese in about 10 minutes on our shepherd's... Oh, I nearly did it. Cottage pie.
Cottage pie.
And I hope that you have also been able to take a few moments on this Sunday to do a few bits and pieces to hopefully make your coming week just that little bit easier. And I can't wait to do it all again on Alongside Lauren.